What's up, YouTube world? This is Jake Knopke, and this is my first shot at creating a process video that's more of a tutorial. I typically like to do the music videos that just kind of show highlights and little short snippets, but I get asked constantly to create more of a long form video. I get lots of questions about tools I use and techniques and processes, and I'm obviously more than happy to share what I've learned. I've been on a painting journey for not terribly long, but I've definitely dove in and consumed as much as I could as quickly as I could, and I'm self-taught. I've learned from watching other people paint and just doing what comes naturally to me. It helps to see people use different tools, and you can certainly use those as inspiration, and I certainly have no problem if you use anything that I do as inspiration, or you see something you like, you can expand on it, and that's the whole point of creativity. So this is a painting from a completely blank canvas. I used a paint roller first with a green shade of paint. So this is kind of just me laying on something. Basically the whole point of the first layer is just kind of just do whatever comes to you. I'm an innate intuitive painter, so I do what comes to me in the moment. I never have a plan for what I'm doing. It's just kind of whatever I'm going through in life, or emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, whatever. Painting is kind of my release and processing of emotions. So I guess that's why I create abstract expressionism. So as you can see, I moved from the paint roller to a paintbrush, and this is kind of just blending in, getting different shades of the green that I put in. There's a palette knife. I like to scrape words. They're words to me in my mind, but they're not actually English letters. So you'll see me do that quite a bit. Here's another tool I use all the time, a spray bottle. I love diluting paint and really love the drips that it creates. There's an element of something that you can't control there. There's a little bit of an element of chance, and then you can manipulate it as you see fit. Abstract art, the name of the game is kind of put as much as you can out there, and you can always cover up anything you don't like, and unfortunately you will eventually have to cover up things you do like. So the canister you just saw me use there was a spray paint can, and then I went back to kind of lightening up that different shade of green and blending it in with the shade that I started with. I believe I also put some white paint on that last section, which also adds some depth and a different tone. With the first layer of abstract painting, I'm all about creating depth. So I love blending as many different colors and textures and shapes together. Here I am creating a darker section with some black. Again, just using that same brush that I like. It's a Liquitex brush, and it's got, it's probably about 4 inches wide. You got the bristles over at about 2 inches long. As you can see, I switch tools frequently and colors. This video is sped up, double speed, so it's not too boring. So here we go again with the spray bottle. Got some more drips, and now I'm blending some green into that black. There's some more palette knife work. As I mentioned earlier, I often have a word in my mind when I do that, and I fluidly create the word in no particular order, backwards, forwards, up, down. So for me, I just like to keep adding shades. Try to keep it pretty monochrome in the early stage. Definitely don't want a lot of different colors mixed in. Looks like I got a little dog hair or a paintbrush bristle in the painting there. I always try to paint the edges. Sometimes I forget when I get into the flow state. It's easy to forget. So it looks like I did it on this one. So far, so good. So that's the painting that I am in the process of creating, and I will follow up with a second video when I have it created. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. I always love feedback as an artist. It's great to hear what people think. I don't sign my work because it can be viewed any direction from the beholder. Much like the design and the shape, it has a particular feeling for me and represents something for me, but I've found that it can represent something totally different to somebody else. So anyway, there's a little bit of insight into the creation process of a first layer. I will follow up with video number 2 as soon as I can.